Hello, this is Max Brownie of Iron Reign, here to show you the Moonbots 2012 field we have assembled this year. You can see directly on your screen the starting base. That is not the bot we are planning to use. We just took a Spirit or Opportunity Mars rover model and took off a few features. You can see we added a object on it, a little battery that says BRE. This is just a mission item that we plan to use in a later mission. There are 2 levels, and the battery is for a mission on the bottom, so you'll see that soon. The base was recycled from last year.
Oh, I thought we were done already with that.
I didn't even explain it. So the Moonbots base this year, we use the same home base as last year. We just recycled the same model. We made it so that the ramp falls down onto the We made it so that the ramp falls onto the lunar ridge so that we can climb across it easier. Next is our model grow dome. This is mainly aesthetic, but it serves a kind of, I suppose, a theoretical purpose, at lack of a better word. Continue on. You'll see why later. It allows us to help explain why it's a challenge for another mission. Over here we have another mission. This is an astronaut going to investigate an anomalous artifact. Zoom in on that. As you can see, so we have our astronaut going in to investigate, but they do not know that there is a solar flare approaching, which would be quite a hazard to their health. In this moon base, there would be an automatic alert system, but in this case, the astronaut's radio is broken. The robot's goal is to physically interact with it, to bump into the astronaut to alert them that the solar flare is coming. For extra points, the robot can bring the astronaut down to the bottom floor. Here we have our mirror tower. It's made of metallized mylar and a wire frame hooked up to a few motors. The motors allow it to reflect sunlight from the lunar horizon, as we're in the North Pole, onto just about any point in the crater surface. Down there we have basically the equivalent of the peak of eternal light. We call it the remote recharge station. This year we will be adding a little bit of extra gadgetry so that it will act as a pressure plate. When the robot is sitting on it, the mirror tower reflects sunlight down on the robot. Here we have our heritage artifact. This is the polar rover from the astrobotics team in the X Prize official competition. We used it because it's at the North Pole. Our mission for that is to bring it back to the base, as honestly on the moon most will need whatever they can get. This probably includes using heritage artifacts for scrap. Now we go down to the bottom floor. This is essentially similar to a mining cavern. The little objects over there are our water ice units, I suppose. The big structure to the left is a TBM, or tunnel boring machine, which is in construction. The hatch in the side is where we are supposed to deliver the battery that I mentioned before at the beginning of the video. You can also put it in the iron area for lesser points, but still some points. Back to the water ice though. Essentially, the water ice elements are leftover bushels of ice ore found by other TBMs. The robot is supposed to carry them back up to base for processing. Out here we have a little bit more aesthetic stuff. There's the cutting face of the TBM there. It won't actually look like that in a real one, but yeah, limited time. These are the tubes left behind by previous TBMs. The design is actually so that as they mine, they leave behind a kind of circle of cement sections of wall. Also on the lunar model, it will apply a glass endoshell lining up to the center to make it airtight. Then these previous tunnels will be used for habitation and jobs and similar things. As you can see, our little HAL computer on Vista and a Captain Kirk chair. Our administrative office. These would be connected to the grow dome over there. So then, that's it. See you next time.